Today, the Earth's heartbeat is speaking louder than ever, and it is impossible to ignore. The Schumann Resonance, often referred to as the Earth's natural heartbeat, has surged to a stunning power 71. To some, that may look like just another scientific data point, but to those who are listening more closely, it's far more than that. This isn't a fluke or a coincidence. It feels like a message, a deep and powerful exhale from the planet itself, vibrating through every living thing. When the Earth pulses this strongly, it's as if she's reaching out to us, urging us to stop, to feel, to awaken to something greater unfolding beneath the surface of our everyday lives. These energetic spikes aren't random. They are like a spiritual alarm clock, shaking us gently, yet firmly, out of our routines and comfort zones, whispering or maybe shouting, "Pay attention. Something important is happening, and it's not distant or detached. It's happening right here, within us. Our bodies, our emotions, even the deepest parts of our souls are resonating with this frequency, stirred by something ancient and wise. And then there's the cosmic timing. How perfect, how uncanny, how meaningful. Because tomorrow, Mercury moves into an exact alignment with the Sun in what astrologers call a Cazimi portal. A moment so precise and rare that Mercury is said to sit in the heart of the Sun itself. This celestial event is known to bring bursts of clarity, fresh starts, and profound insight. So when we hold these two events side by side, the Earth's heartbeat roaring to life and the cosmos aligning in luminous synchronicity, it doesn't feel like a coincidence at all. It feels like a call from the universe itself, nudging us toward a deeper understanding, a collective awakening, and perhaps a turning point in the human story. Before we go any deeper into the signs that will confirm your awakening in this crucial period, I need you to do 3 things immediately to anchor yourself in this protective frequency. First, like this video to signal to the universe that you are receiving this message. Second, subscribe and turn on all notifications because the guidance in the coming days will be time-sensitive and you cannot afford to miss it. And third, and this is the most important, type 999 in the comments below to lock in your energy with this portal and affirm that you are ready to complete this sacred process. This recent surge in the Earth's frequency isn't just a distant scientific anomaly tucked away in data sheets or lab reports. It's something we're actually feeling in our bodies, our minds, and our hearts. All over the world, people are beginning to report strange, unexplainable sensations, sudden bursts of energy, mysterious aches, deep waves of emotion, spontaneous tears, and even moments of unexpected clarity and inspiration. These aren't isolated or random occurrences. They're signs of something deeper at play, something profound shifting within us as we begin to resonate with the Earth's changing rhythm. These physical and emotional reactions may seem odd or even unsettling, but they carry meaning far beyond the surface. Each sensation is like a hidden message, a whisper from the universe urging us to evolve, to heal, and to step into a more awakened, aligned version of ourselves. Yes, this process can be uncomfortable. It might even feel disorienting at times, but it's also incredibly necessary, because on the other side of this energetic awakening is something beautiful, a life infused with greater connection, purpose, and understanding of who we truly are at our core. As we begin to unpack and explore these unusual symptoms, you may start recognizing them in yourself or in those close to you. And when you do, try not to resist. Don't shy away. Instead, lean in, with curiosity, with openness, with trust. These sensations are signs that your body and spirit are attuning to a new rhythm, a higher frequency that's capable of transforming everything. This moment we're living through is more than just a scientific spike or an astrological alignment. It's a sacred invitation, an opportunity to slow down, to truly feel into what's happening beneath our feet and within our own being. The Earth, this living, breathing planet we call home, is pulsing with a force that scientists refer to as the Schumann Resonance. But let's call it what it truly is: the Earth's heartbeat. This steady, ancient rhythm has always been in sync with our own brain waves, our nervous systems, and the subtle energy fields that make up who we are. It keeps us balanced, grounded, and connected. But just like any heartbeat, sometimes it accelerates, and this time it spiked to an astonishing power 71, a number so rare and intense it's practically unprecedented. It's as if the Earth took a long, powerful breath and sent out a wave of energy across the planet, an invisible call rippling through the atmosphere, touching every soul. This isn't just a data point, it's a message, a call to awaken, to remember who we are, and to align with the deeper truths we've forgotten. And here's what makes it even more powerful. This energetic spike is happening in perfect harmony with a rare celestial alignment known as Mercury Cazimi. It's that rare moment when Mercury aligns exactly with the Sun, so close it's said to sit in the heart of it, opening a portal for clarity, deep insight, and cosmic downloads. When you combine that with the Earth's own heartbeat pulsing louder than ever, it's hard not to feel that something extraordinary is happening. This moment, this energetic collision of Earth and sky, isn't something to fear. It's something to embrace. A cosmic doorway has opened, and we're all being invited to step through it. When the Earth's heartbeat surges like it just has, right on the edge of a rare and potent celestial alignment, it feels as if the cosmos is turning up the volume on a message we're meant to hear loud and clear. It's not just noise, it's an urgent, yet deeply loving call to rise into a more awakened state of being, to attune ourselves to a higher frequency, and to recognize that we're standing at the threshold of real transformation. As this beautiful, mysterious dance between Earth and sky unfolds, it's only natural to wonder, what does this mean for us right now, in the midst of our everyday lives? How do we make sense of this energetic surge? And what shifts might we begin to notice within ourselves? These changes can be subtle, even confusing, but they are far from meaningless. They're invitations, gentle nudges from a living, breathing Earth, that we're part of something vast and intelligent, something that wants us to grow alongside it. And as you begin to notice those flickers of change, perhaps a deepening awareness, a strange new sensation, or a sudden emotional shift, remember that this is not a random cosmic accident. This is a wave of transformation, perfectly timed and filled with purpose, designed to move us toward deeper healing, inner alignment, and a more profound sense of connection to both the world and ourselves. And then comes Mercury slipping into Cazimi, a rare astrological moment that feels like the sky itself is holding a magnifying glass to your life. When Mercury, the swift messenger of the cosmos, steps directly into the heart of the Sun, something profound happens. The usual fog lifts, and clarity slices through the noise like a bell ringing in still air. In that radiant center, Mercury doesn't whisper from the sidelines, it speaks boldly from the spotlight, turning confusion into insight and tangled thoughts into clean, clear understanding. It's a moment where sentences untangle, decisions crystallize, and what once felt murky becomes illuminated with startling simplicity. You don't need to force this clarity. It arrives on its own, like a light flicking on in a room you didn't even realize was dark. And the relief of that clarity can be powerful, not because it solves everything instantly, but because it finally gives you permission to act, to let go, to love, to move. But Mercury Cazimi isn't just about sharp thoughts or clever ideas. It dives deeper, stirring something at the soul level. This is when the quiet inner rooms of your being, the ones where intuition, memory, and destiny swirl together, suddenly echo with recognition. You might not receive new information, but rather something ancient that you somehow already knew, now surfacing in a way that makes sense. It's not just thought, it's truth, embodied, remembered. And here's the magic. The timing couldn't be more precise. On September 12th, the Schumann Resonance surged to an almost unheard of power 71, like the Earth itself, tuning the instruments and raising the lights before Mercury takes the stage on September 13th. This surge is the setup. It's the sound crew preparing the space, tuning the frequency, getting everything ready so the message can actually be heard. Mercury Cazimi is the message, delivered with crystalline clarity to a room that's finally quiet enough and awake enough to listen. This pairing is why some of us are feeling sharper than ever, while others feel emotionally raw or exposed. The Earth's energetic spike primes our nervous systems, expands our subtle fields, and gives us the bandwidth to process what's coming through. It's a grace-filled orchestration. The Earth opens us up, and Mercury hands us the map. One without the other might leave us lost in static or overwhelmed by clarity we can't yet hold. But together, they form a rare moment where insight and capacity meet, where your inner world aligns with the rhythm of something much bigger, something ancient, intelligent, and full of purpose. There's a deeper rhythm at play here, a cosmic choreography that reveals itself when we begin to notice how nothing in the universe happens in isolation. These celestial events don't just appear randomly. They move in intentional sequences designed to support our growth and integration. Like a dance between energy and understanding, there's always a lead and a follow, a surge that stirs something inside us, followed by a moment of clarity that helps us see what that stirring really means. The Schumann Resonance spike and Mercury Cazimi are performing just such a duet. Earth's rising frequency intensifies our emotional and physical experiences, while Mercury's alignment in the heart of the Sun hands us the lens to see those feelings with fresh eyes. It's not just poetic, it's profoundly practical. This kind of alignment often brings real, everyday clarity, an insight into your relationships, your work, or a creative path you've been hesitating to follow. Sometimes, it even feels like being pushed, gently but unmistakably, toward a decision you've been putting off. This isn't coincidence, it's cosmic coordination. Earth and sky are speaking together now, and that dialogue becomes a bridge between subtle, inner nudges and real-world action. When the planet's energetic field rises and the Sun's messenger steps into full radiance, we get this rare window where inner impulses transform into tangible opportunities. The veil thins, not to confuse or overwhelm you, but to help you align more fully with what actually matters. It strips away the noise so you can move forward with clarity. You're not imagining this. The clarity you feel is backed by the same ancient forces that have always shaped evolution. So how does this look in the daily details of your life? You might notice that conversations start to feel more honest. Words carry more weight. A line from a book hits differently. A memory returns and reframes a choice you need to make. Technology might glitch, or messages might come through with uncanny timing. A seemingly random comment might unlock a truth you didn't even know you were holding. Across this portal, even the mundane becomes meaningful. A text at the perfect time, a sudden urge to reach out, a feeling that you just know what needs to be done. Spiritually, this Mercury Cazimi is a sacred space for deep, brave listening. It's not the time to intellectualize every revelation or use insight as a weapon. This is about holding what comes up with grace and honesty. If clarity leads to action, ask if that action reflects your deeper values. If it calls for release, let yourself grieve what you're letting go of. This portal doesn't demand perfection. It asks for integration, for growth with grounding, and truth with compassion. Because clarity without heart can be harsh, and evolution without steadiness can shake you apart. The moment surrounding September 13th is not just symbolic, it's a real invitation. Open your senses, listen with your whole self. Let the Earth's surge fuel you, and let Mercury's message guide you. This is a time to receive, to decide, and to begin. You don't need to rush, but you do need to move, with courage, with intention, and with trust. What's being revealed right now has the potential to not only clarify your path, but to give it momentum. Insights turn into choices, and those choices become the steps forward. So breathe into this threshold. Let the light illuminate, not burn. Let the downloads land somewhere real. Write them down. Speak them aloud. Make one quiet promise to yourself. Remember, this moment isn't here to shake you apart. It's here to empower you. Earth and sky are working together to help you hear your own truth more clearly than ever before. Trust the timing. Trust what you feel. Trust that you're being given everything you need to step forward. The Earth's pulse is no longer just a background hum. It's a powerful drumbeat rising through your body, opening quiet doors you forgot were even there. Maybe you've already felt it, an unexplained pressure in your chest, a vivid dream, a strange knowing that something bigger is moving through your ordinary days. Maybe you brushed it off at first, but the signs kept piling up. That's the heartbeat of the planet, syncing with yours. And when two hearts begin to beat in time, something in you changes. What feels like tightness or a flutter in the chest isn't always imbalance. It might be alignment. Imagine the Earth breathing so deeply and strongly that even the air begins to shift, and your own breath follows suit. That pressure, that ache, it's not resistance, it's recognition. It's your body remembering how to feel again. People describe it as a tenderness that astonishes them, an ache that feels like a long-lost song returning, a song their soul has always known, but is just now beginning to hum along with once more. Sometimes this process of energetic relearning reveals itself in subtle but persistent ways, like a ringing in the ears, a high, crystalline tone that seems to live just on the edge of your hearing. It might startle you at first. Perhaps you wonder if it's tinnitus or if something is wrong. But when you soften your attention and lean into it, you may sense that the ring carries a rhythm, a kind of tonal code that feels oddly familiar. From a mystical perspective, this sound is your nervous system beginning to attune to higher frequencies. Think of your body as a finely tuned instrument. When the Earth shifts her pitch, your strings need to adjust. That ringing isn't just noise, it's a tuning fork being struck, an invitation to harmonize with subtler dimensions of reality. For some, this tone becomes a bridge between the physical and the unseen, a way the body recognizes information coming from realms beyond ordinary senses. And it's not just your ears being activated. your dreams may be joining in too. Lately, many people are experiencing vivid, even fragmented nights of sleep, filled with dreams that feel less like symbolic theater and more like fast, saturated downloads. These are not your average dreams. They often arrive full of meaning, leaving behind a trace of clarity that lingers into the morning. You might wake up with a memory of an entire conversation with a place or a presence you've never met, or find that a waking life dilemma suddenly clicks into place because of a single dream image. Though restless sleep can be draining, this is actually your inner self, working overtime, processing and integrating energies the waking mind can't yet hold. When the Earth's frequency changes, the dream space becomes a receiving net. Don't brush off the strangeness. Keep a journal nearby. These messages are real. They just arrive wearing metaphor as their language. Meanwhile, your energy levels might feel like a seesaw. Exhaustion one moment, unstoppable momentum the next. You might feel like hiding under the covers in the morning, only to find yourself suddenly reorganizing your space or finally writing that thing you've put off for years. This erratic rhythm is your nervous system recalibrating, shedding old habits of productivity and rest that no longer match the new energetic landscape. Imagine your inner circuitry being rewired. Sometimes the house goes dark before the new system lights up. That bone-deep fatigue, it's the old grid shutting down. That sudden burst of vitality, it's the new one sparking to life. Both states are valid, both are essential. When fatigue speaks, listen with rest. When energy surges, use it, consciously, even in small ways, to anchor that momentum into your life. Alongside all this, your emotions might start to swing wildly, catching you off guard. One minute you're filled with an almost unbearable tenderness. The next, an old resentment or forgotten sorrow surfaces like a crashing wave. This isn't emotional instability. It's a cleansing, a rising of long-held wounds stored in your nervous system, finally coming up to be seen, felt, and released. The rise in the planetary field is like a spotlight, revealing what you've kept in the shadows. It's messy, yes, but it's also a mercy. Because healing can be loud, and grace can feel like undoing before it feels like relief. And when those old stories begin to soften, what rushes in to take their place is compassion toward others, toward yourself. So meet each feeling as a messenger. If grief arrives, let it. If irritation shows up, don't judge. Get curious. Every emotion is a breadcrumb, leading you back to a part of yourself that longs to be understood. And if you've been feeling dizzy or disoriented lately, like the world is slightly tilted or your internal compass is spinning, know that you're not alone. That sense of unreality may be tied to what some describe as a timeline shift, like the strands of possibility are rearranging and glimpses of new, truer paths are slipping into your field of awareness. You may feel like you're living in a different version of your life or catching sight of one you hadn't dared to imagine. Grounding helps. Slow breathing, bare feet on grass, drinking plenty of water, but so does wonder. That dizziness, it's your inner map updating. And if you felt tingles, light electric sensations in your hands, feet, or running up your limbs, this too is part of the shift. In many energetic traditions, these sensations are signs of Kundalini awakening, the life force stirring and rising through the subtle body like sap through a tree. It can be thrilling, even ecstatic, bringing waves of creativity, sensual vitality, and a laser clarity of purpose that seems to arrive out of nowhere. But it can also be overwhelming, if not grounded. So be gentle with your body. Support it with the basics: breath, movement, hydration, so that this surge of energy can root into something sustainable. These aren't just strange symptoms, they are invitations. Your body is responding to something real and sacred. Let it. Trust it. You're not falling apart. You're tuning in. Heightened intuition during this time might feel like a dear friend who suddenly starts speaking with striking bluntness, clear, insistent, and oddly comforting. You'll begin to make decisions based on an inner knowing that defies logic, bypasses old habits, and leads you with a kind of quiet authority you can't quite explain. You'll just know things about people, about timing, about what path to take, and more often than not, that knowing will turn out to be true. This kind of intuitive awakening is both a beautiful gift and a meaningful responsibility. It's tempting to follow every impulse, but discernment is key. Think of it as building a relationship with your own inner voice. Test it gently. Try small experiments. Keep a journal of intuitive hits and misses. Over time, you'll learn how your intuition communicates with the most unmistakable clarity. Alongside this, you might begin to feel as though you've slipped outside of time, caught in a new rhythm where minutes stretch and collapse unpredictably. A few seconds might contain the fullness of a memory or insight. You may drift from your to-do list as a deeper stream of meaning pulls your attention inward, or you may move through mundane tasks with a quiet, unshakable clarity that seems to make the hours sing. This temporal shift is part of the Cazimi portal, the cosmic window that offers a different cadence of being, one that lets you glimpse your life not just as it is, but as it could be if you stepped forward with intention. Don't fear this slippage. It's not disassociation. It's expanded awareness, a gift that lets you catch glimpses of possibility and choose a new pattern. And through all of these sensations, whether they're thrilling or disorienting, one quiet message keeps surfacing. You are not broken. You are awakening. Let that land. Let it soothe and fortify you. If you're feeling emotional in unexpected places, if you're weeping at the grocery store or laughing without knowing why, trust that your body is simply reshaping itself to hold more light. Awakening doesn't always feel graceful. It often looks like chaos before it becomes coherence. Be as kind to yourself as you would to someone learning to speak again after years of silence. Patient, steady, encouraging. In the midst of these shifts, practical tenderness becomes sacred. Simple gestures, a warm bath, walking barefoot in the grass, a call to someone who listens without trying to fix you, can completely change the way these energies move through you. Grounding rituals don't need to be elaborate. Drink your water slowly, eat food that nourishes gently, sit in stillness, and let feelings come without rushing to define them. If the ringing in your ears intensifies, close your eyes and imagine a cocoon of soft light protecting your head. If your dreams come in a flood, write them down without judgment. You're not overreacting. You're decoding something important. And when energy spikes through you, channel it into gentle movement, into cleaning a space, into saying yes to a tiny spark of creativity that's been waiting for your attention. There is also powerful medicine in shared experience right now. Let yourself talk about what you're feeling with someone who understands, even if it's just to say, "That happened to me too." You don't have to explain it all. Sometimes being witnessed is the healing. Group meditations, breathwork circles, even a heartfelt conversation with a trusted friend can provide grounding and perspective. You are not alone in this process. You are part of a vast web of souls moving through this shift together. Your awakening isn't isolated, it's communal, and each person who finds footing helps steady the whole. Beneath all of it, there's a spiritual truth that's both tender and unshakable. Your body is learning to become a clearer, more sensitive instrument for a new kind of life. This journey isn't about leaving the world behind or becoming fragile. It's about arriving more fully, more presently, and with the kind of clarity that can carry you into whatever comes next. As Mercury's portal intensifies in the hours ahead, sharpening meaning and insight, the energetic downloads you may receive will land more clearly if your body has been cared for, nourished, rested, grounded, so it can properly translate what's arriving. Think of the recent Schumann spike and the Mercury Cazimi not as separate events, but as collaborative forces, one turning up the volume of life itself, the other handing you the script you're now learning to read. The sensations you may be experiencing, palpitations, ringing in the ears, vivid dreams, fatigue, emotional waves, dizziness, tingling, sharpened intuition, even the strange sense of time bending or stretching, are all part of how you're opening to that script, how your whole being is aligning to receive. So if you've felt any of this, let this sentence settle gently into your heart. You are not broken. You are awakening. Let that truth shape how you move through all of it. Be curious before you're afraid. Be tender with yourself before you become critical. Let these sensations be teachers, not threats. And before we move into the practical ways to anchor and embody all of this, pause. Stay with what you're feeling, just for a moment longer. Breathe into it. Honor it. Let the pulse of the earth remind you that what you're in isn't chaos. It's choreography. When we take a step back and look at all these seemingly individual symptoms, the heart racing, the strange ringing, the fatigue, and the bursts of vitality, the wild dreams and the surges of insight, we start to see a wider, more powerful truth. These aren't isolated discomforts, they're ripples in a massive wave of collective awakening. The Earth's heartbeat spiking to power 71 and Mercury aligning in the heart of the Sun aren't random events. They're part of a bigger, sacred unfolding that's written not just in the stars, but in the soil beneath us and in the spirit within us. It's a call to rise, to wake up, to remember who we are and why we're here. For too long, many of us have been moving through life on autopilot, disconnected from the deeper currents of meaning and purpose. But now, something is shifting. The Earth is speaking more loudly, and she's inviting us, urgently, lovingly, to rise with her. This is not the end. It's a beginning, a breaking open. The sensations we're feeling, strange and intense as they are the labor pains of transformation, of shedding fear, outdated beliefs, old systems that no longer serve. It can feel like disorientation, but it's actually emergence. It's our collective shell cracking so something more tender, more connected, more true can take its place. And here's the deeper truth that steadies us through this metamorphosis. We're not in it alone. The Earth is not awakening without us, and we're not awakening without her. This is a shared journey, a sacred interdependence. Every pulse from the Earth's core, every alignment in the sky, every inner tremor or outer sign is a part of this grand, intelligent dance, a reminder that we belong to something vast, vibrant, and alive. Even in the moments when everything feels overwhelming, when the ground beneath you seems to shift, when you feel unsteady, uncertain, or emotionally raw, remember this. It's not chaos, it's a sign of rebirth. You are not falling apart. You are stepping into your power. You are awakening to your fullest potential and becoming a conscious, vital participant in the healing and evolution of our planet. Yes, the road ahead may bring its share of challenges, but it's also bursting with promise, growth, and possibility. With each resonant heartbeat of the Earth and every portal the cosmos opens, you are given a sacred opportunity to rewrite your story, one led by love, wisdom, and true connection. This, right here, is the moment we've all been sensing, the one we've been waiting for. The Earth is calling. Her pulse is louder now, inviting you to listen, to rise, and to welcome the transformation already in motion. And as this swirl of cosmic energy wraps around us, the Earth's surging frequency, the Mercury Cazimi igniting clarity, it's only natural to feel the pull to slow down, to pause, and return home to yourself. This moment is a soft, grounding invitation to come back to what's real. Feel the earth beneath your feet, the breath in your lungs, the steady rhythm of your own heart. Step outside if you can, into a park, a garden, or even by an open window. Let nature hold you. Let the grass, the soil, the sun, or even just the breeze remind you that you're connected, supported, and exactly where you need to be. Journaling right now can be profound, letting your thoughts, emotions, and intuitive insights spill onto paper, creating a bridge between your inner landscape and the wider universe. Or sit in meditation, even for a few minutes, and listen, not just with your ears, but with your soul, to what's stirring within. Know this above all: you are not alone. Every soul on this earth is moving through this extraordinary shift together. And though it may feel unfamiliar, or even lonely at times, the sensations and signs you're feeling are gentle guides nudging you toward your own healing and awakening. So, as you move through this portal, let yourself be open. Embrace what comes with softness and courage. Trust the unfolding. Trust yourself. You are stepping into a higher frequency, into a vibration of deeper love, crystal clear clarity, and heart-centered connection with all that exists. And if you feel moved, share what you're experiencing in the comments. Your story, your voice, might be the very light someone else needs today. Together, we can hold space for one another as we navigate this path of awakening. This is your soul's invitation to awaken, to align, and to rise in harmony with the earth, with the cosmos, and with the sacred truth of who you really are.